Understanding what the imposter syndrome is. Before we begin, I want to be clear about who I am and who I'm not. I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a psychologist, and I'm not here to diagnose you or provide medical advice. I'm a trauma informed practitioner, an educator who works with the nervous system. My role is to help you understand why your body responds the way it does and how trauma, stress, and early experiences have shaped your patterns and the program that you're running behind the scenes, emotionally, physically, and mentally. This content is educational and supportive, not a replacement for medical or mental health care. If at any point you need additional support, I encourage you seek it. Take what feels regulated and helpful. That's all I ask, and leave what doesn't feel right for you. Nothing here is about fixing you. It's purely about acknowledging perhaps what might be going on for you. Your nervous system learned how to survive. So today I want to talk about the imposter syndrome, which is a basis of psychological patterning where a person doubts their abilities, their competence, or success and lives with persistent fear of being exposed as a fraud. Despite clear evidence of their skill set, their experience, or their achievements, people experiencing imposter syndrome often attribute success to luck, timing, or external factors. They dismiss praise or positive feedback. They set extensively high standards for themselves. They can often be an A-type personality, very driven. They feel they must work harder than others to earn their place. They fear being found out as not good enough. At its core, an imposter syndrome is not about a lack of ability. It's about a lack of internal safety and self-trust. From a trauma and nervous system informed lens, imposter syndrome often develops in environments where love, approval, or self-conditioning felt a mistake and they didn't feel safe. Achievement became tied to worth. Being visible carried risk. The nervous system stays in a subtle state of threat, constantly scanning for proof of that failure or rejection that they feel is always coming. So even success doesn't feel safe to land. Imposter syndrome isn't arrogance or weakness. It's a learned protection strategy. Healing involves rebuilding self-trust, allowing success to be embodied, not just achieved. So meaning to really celebrate yourself when you do have a win, creating safety around visibility, mistakes, and rest, shifting worth from performance to inherent value. The imposter feeling comes from disconnection from the true self. The deepest wound of trauma is the loss of authenticity and knowing who you really are. When children grow up in environments where love is conditional and emotions are dismissed, or they receive punishment when they perform, they people please and they try to achieve a sense of belonging. They learn to suppress parts of themselves. They develop a false self, a persona that gets approval. Later in life, even when they succeed, something feels wrong because this isn't really me they're seeing. This is what they believe. That's the imposter feeling. It's not lack of competence. It's internalizing shame. People who feel like imposters are often highly capable people. The issue isn't skill, it's shame. Shame says, if they really knew me, they'd reject me. I don't really deserve this. I'm pretending. This comes from early experiences of emotional abandonment, not from reality. Achievement becomes a survival strategy. High achievers are driven by attachment needs, not passion. As children, they learned, if I perform well, I'll be safe. If I excel, I'll be loved. So success never soothes the nervous system because safety was never the reward, just approval. That's why imposters, their feelings intensify after success, and it can feel very uncomfortable. The nervous system never fully relaxes, even when things are going well. The body is still scanning for danger. The imposter feeling is hypervigilance, fear of exposure, fear of being found out as that fraud. Dr. Gabor Mate says the body doesn't feel safe being seen. The fear isn't failure, it's abandonment. At its core, imposter syndrome isn't about incompetence. It's about fear of rejection, fear of loss of connection, fear of being unlovable without performance. This is why it shows up strongly in leadership, visibility, success, creative expression. The healing imposter syndrome isn't about confidence hacks because many confident people have imposter syndrome, and the catchphrase is often fake it till you make it, which can fool some people and yourself for a while. But you soon get caught out and you don't feel authentic at all. And you can't heal this by doing affirmations, positive thinking, or just believing in yourself. It takes a lot more work than that because the issue isn't cognitive. Healing comes from reconnection to the body, reclaiming suppressed parts of yourself, having self-compassion for yourself, and a nervous system that is well regulated. And above all, authenticity over attachment. The imposter disappears when authenticity becomes safer than approval. Imposter feelings dissolve when you stop abandoning yourself to belong. You allow yourself to be seen imperfectly, and that's important here. Your nervous system learns that connection doesn't require performance. Then the question shifts from, am I good enough? To, am I being true to myself? Imposter syndrome is a psychological patterning where a person doubts their abilities, competence, and success and lives with that persistent fear of being exposed, despite the evidence of them being more than capable. So people experiencing imposter syndrome are living a lie. They're dismissing the opportunity to receive really amazing feedback authentically and success because they're sabotaging themselves in the worst possible way. They feel they must earn their place, and that feeling of not being good enough is just so overwhelming for a lot of people. This can really hijack your life. It can really stop you from moving forward. The imposter syndrome often develops because of the environment that you lived in as a child, and it became attached to your self-worth and your visibility, not being seen, not being heard, being in that constant state of threat, scanning for proof that you're a failure, that rejection is coming, always thinking it's there and it's coming. So in order to move on and to heal yourself, you have to rebuild self-trust. You have to embody success when it comes. You have to celebrate yourself and create safety around visibility and mistakes and giving yourself permission to experience all of that. So I want to thank you for watching this video today. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and that will then give you notification of new posts that I do on YouTube. And if this resonates with you, I've written a book called Relive. It explains why your nervous system gets stuck in survival mode and how to gently come back to safety. You can find the link below. But for now, go gently with yourself. Have compassion for yourself from where you're at this stage of your life, and love your way. It's the only way forward. Bye for now.